Yo, what is good, fellas? Hope you boys are all having a fantastic start to your Monday. We're back talking about the best free AKA champion to pick up and add to your team today. Now, if you boys are new around here, we do update this video every single Monday, and if this is not your free AKA week, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it very well might be every single one of our free AKA player token exchange week. But if for whatever reason you spent your tokens earlier, you bought a bundle, and it's not gonna be your free AKA player week, you can just use this as a top 10 best AKA champion list. Now, the limited times won't be included on today's video, but we will make sure to shout out some of the better ones at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. Also, if you guys don't know how to actually get the free AKA player, you gotta play through all your AKA solo challenges, unlock these tokens, and exchange them in the correct, I believe it's an 85 to 90 overall AKA token exchange set. Let's get all the yapping out of the way so we can slide on over to the 10th best AKA champion to pick up today. When it comes to actually deciding who goes where on this list, I like to let you guys know what my thought process is looking like. One, if they're just a good card, they're just a good card. Two, I'm a big fan of picking free defensive back and wide receivers, depth position. And then three, B&D locked into your lineup, offensive linemen, you can never go wrong with them. So when the AKA promo first dropped all the way back in August, we got a few banger after banger after banger drops, and then it cooled down, and then now recently over the last like 2 to 3 weeks, we have been seeing some absolute heater of AKA cards. Now, number 10, I believe, is the last of the 88s to actually make today's video, so shout out Harrison Smith, the Hitman, a honestly very usable card in pretty much every single scenario of team. On value teams or no money spent, he's like 100k, 6'2", 87 speed, strong safety, and on God squads, he can be a really good backup. Like I said though, 6'2", anti-high ball meta merchant is what we're calling these taller defensive backs and safeties, and that is exactly what Harrison Smith, Hitman, that's what he's going to do for you at 6'2", 87 speed, obviously not top tier speed, but it's definitely not 86 or 85 speed, so we can still hang up there with the best of the best. 84 excel, that honestly is kind of shitty, but 88 tackle, 80 pursuit again, but you can boost up pursuit pretty easily. 80 man is where this card kind of falls off, but 88 zone, 90 hit power, those are two elite stats right there. Especially that hit power, for whatever reason, the boom tech, I know it's like EA's whole thing this year, but it actually works, and it actually shreds, and it forces way too many fumbles. 90 hit power back there, that can be good. Now, taking a look at his glowing X factors, honestly, nothing that I love too much. Run Stuffer for 2 AP, aka Avalanche for 2 AP. If you need to spend AP, sure, but like I wouldn't recommend it in most scenarios. Of course, Minnesota Vikings legend, as well as has the ability to play free safety for you. All in all, he is the 10th best, I guess, AKA card we got today when it comes to the champions. Now, would you spend your tokens on him? I personally would not. Like, he's like 100,000 coins. So if you want this card, go out there, pick him up. It's a good card, but definitely not one that you want to spend your tokens on. I will make sure to let you guys know where I think you should spend your tokens. It's going to be pretty obvious. It's going to be one of the top 4 cards, the 90 overalls, but Hitman, really solid AKA card. And I'm a complete capper. I have another 88 overall on today's list. It's going to be Country Strong Creed Humphrey. Now, his limited time did just get Redux. I don't think it's too expensive, but this card right here, 88 overall, 87 strength, 88 pass block, 88 run block, 6'4", 302 center. It's a center. Now, locking in a free B&D center. Not a terrible play right here, but this card, you can probably pick him up for like 100k as well today. So just do that. Still, a good card. It's a center. I don't want to ramble too much about it because, fellas, it is literally a center, probably the least important position on your field. I will say he boosts strength for just centers. His limited time boosts strength and awareness, I believe, for left guard, right guard, and center. So obviously the Redux limited time is better, but the 88 overall Creed Humphrey Country Strong is coming in at number 9. All right, so from number 8 and up, these are all going to be 89s and 90s. Yeah, we actually have that many 89 and 90 overall AKA players. Number 8. Showtime Mahomes. Now, do not get this twisted. I think this Showtime Mahomes is probably a top 6 quarterback off the top of my head. But the best quarterback in the game as of today came from the exact same promo, so I can't rank Patrick Mahomes Showtime any higher. Like I said, though, still a very good quarterback. If you're using this card, I'm sure you're having a great time with it because it is a very, very good card, but Andrew Luck is just a little bit better. Now, taking a look at Mahomes' stats, 87 speed, 91 throw power, 87 short, 89 medium, and 87 deep accuracy, 88 throw under pressure, 90 throw on the run, and 90 play action pass. 6'2", 225 pounds for Showtime Patrick Mahomes. Now, taking a look at these glowing X factors, he's got running gun, backyard QB, and fearless for 2 AP. Honestly, I'm not sure which one is the best. I'm pretty sure backyard QB is a very good time if you guys are looking for which one to run. I would probably use backyard QB, but at the end of the day, I don't necessarily know if you need to run any of them on Patrick Mahomes. This card is good, but we just have Andrew Luck. Now, we do have Reggie White, Minister of Defense, coming in at number 7, and you could make the argument that you would rather use Patrick Mahomes over Reggie White, but basing it off of positional value in this promo, I would rather go with Reggie White. This 89 overall Reggie White has one knock to it. It's his speed. 83 speed, it's not great, but then you got to remember, he is a edge rusher. We are just being blessed with 89 speed edge rushers. That's not something that's typical in Madden. So for the typical Madden player, this 83 speed, 89 overall left end Minister of Defense, Reggie White is a dog. Ignore the 83 speed, just kind of block that out of your mind here for a second. 89 excel, 89 strength, 85 tackle, 92 block shed, 90 power move, and 84 finesse move. I mean, this guy is a stud. 6'5", 291 pounds. Also does have 74 catching for all those throw at a sack animations. You might be able to pick one off with Reggie White and take it to the crib. Taking a look at his glowing X factors. Obviously, Unstoppable Force is very good, but 4 AP, miss me with that. He does have AKA Edge Threat for 1 AP. More realistic to use that one, as well as a bunch of these X factors. He is a Packer, Eagle, and Carolina Panther legend, as well as a Tennessee Volunteer legend. Go Vols, and can play right end for you. I do think Reggie White is the 7th best AKA player. If it looks like I'm sweating in today's video, I am. For whatever reason, my building is juicing the heat right now, but it's also 60 degrees outside. It's a warm one down here today. But at number 6, I got Wildman Ray Nitkin. When this card dropped, I was like, I don't know. But as a pure user today, I'm a big fan of this card, to be completely honest with you guys. If you guys have been like staying up to date with these AKA videos and just me in general, I am a known hater of a few cards. It was this Wildman, and then it was Gronk. Well, now Gronk is off the list, and I'm actually a fan of Wildman, so look how I just switch up. It's an 87 speed, 87 excel, 87 tackle, 89 block shed, 90 hit power. Yes, 70 zone coverage, but 6'3", 235-pound user. I said user there because if you're going to pick up this card, you're going to have to user on him. Those coverages are not good. 70 zone, 65 man. Like, you can toss him in a hook curl green, but honestly, your priority should be usering on this card. No money spent in value squads. This should be your user. Also does have AKA mid-zone KO. Run stuffer, not something I would personally run on, but if I am using him and I run like a no money spender value team, he could be the play, as you know, spending majority of your defensive AP on him. He also can play left outside and right outside linebacker for you. All right, so cracking the top 5, I still wouldn't necessarily use my tokens here, but Teron Armstead is coming in at number 5. It's a left tackle, 6'5", 305 pounds. You can pick up this card today, and he can be your left tackle until like after the Blitz promo. He is going to be a staple on your team for a minute. 89 strength, 89 pass block, and 89 run blocking. It's a good left tackle. He does offer some boost to wide receivers and tight ends. Impact blocking and run blocking, how crazy is that? Honestly, could be beneficial. I personally don't use the Terror or Teron Armstead, but let me know down below, does this actual boost do anything for your team? Also can play right tackle for you with it, which is kind of sneakily underrated. We have a lot of really good left tackles. The right tackle position kind of weak right now. But yeah, Teron Armstead, the last 89 overall AKA player we got today. Now, number 4, this is really like, this is where the list got hard for me. We got Andrew Luck, we got Denzel Ward, we got George Kittle, and Dion Sanders. I think there is a clear-cut number 1 option, but 4, 3, and 2, you can make a slight argument for all 3 of them. Number 4, I have George Kittle. Now, this is purely based off positional value, positional need. Tight end is not the most important position on your field. Quarterback and DB, for me personally, those 2 positions take priority over anything else on the field. You can get away with having an 88 overall tight end. You can't get away with having 3 88 overall DBs. You gotta have the top tier DBs to have the top tier tight end. Now, taking a look at George Kittle specifically, like I said, a really good card. And if you want to use your AKA tokens on him, go for it. This guy's going to be a monster. 89 catch in traffic, 91 catching, 90 medium route running, 80 run blocking. That is not something EA is given a tight end, so the fact that Kittle has it makes this card even better. 90 short route running, 88 spec, 91 speed, and 70 strength, 6'4", 250 pounds. Like I said earlier, if y'all want to use your tokens on Kittle, go for it. I am a big fan of this card. At number 3 is where I have Andrew Luck, the captain, his 90 overall version. Now, his limited time, if we could put the limited times on the list, his limited time would most likely be number 1. We haven't seen Dion's limited time play, but I used the 91 overall limited time Andrew Luck, and well, I'm having a great time with that card. This card is probably the 2nd or 3rd best quarterback in the game. So yeah, he's going to be high up on the best free AKA players. If you want to use your tokens on him today, I don't hate the call whatsoever. 87 speed, 91 throw power, 90 short, 90 medium, 92 deep accuracy, 88 throw under pressure, 88 throw on the run, and 88 play action. 6'4", 240 pounds. Andrew Luck cards, they just typically play so unbelievably good. Does have backyard QB, gunslinger, and Truz as glowing X factors. This one does get gunslinger as a ability 2 for 4 AP. I'll say it, I'm not a fan of using all 4 of your offensive AP on your quarterback. I like to have some apprentices out there, but if you want to have 4 AP gunslinger, it is really, really good. And Andrew Luck, he can get that for you. Now, number 2, I think it is clear cut. I do think prime time is number 1. We'll get there when we get there. But number 2, Denzel Ward. Denzel Ward's price should go down today. So if you want to pick him up and use your tokens on Dion, go for it. This card is a absolute strap. The only issue I have with him, 5'11", in a high ball meta. Everything else on this card, absolute top tier. Now, Dion Sanders does have like 73 press coverage, but Dion Sanders is a little bit taller. It can also be a kick returner for you. Again, we'll get there when we get there. Denzel Ward, 91 speed, 89 excel, 88 agility, 89 jump, 90 man, 90 zone, 87 press coverage, 5'11". My only knock on Denzel Ward. Put him in as your nickel, put him in as your slot defensive back. He will be fine. But outside DBs, you need him. And Denzel Ward, really, he shouldn't be your outside defensive back. Now, he does get AKA pick artist, medium route KO, and deep route KO. Has only played for the Cleveland Browns, hopefully a commander soon. But Denzel Ward, the Warden, coming in at number 2. Last but not least, at number 1, I got AKA primetime Dion Sanders. 91 excel, 92 agility, 90 jump, 91 man, 73 press coverage. I get it. 91 speed and 91 zone coverage. I got 3 reasons on why I got primetime at number 1. 1, he is 6 foot. He's got an inch on Denzel Ward. Those cards are very close in stats, so you had to find some nitpicky things. 2, he's going to be a significantly better kick returner than Denzel Ward. Dion Sanders cards always are really, really good kick returners. And 3, he fits like 17 different theme teams, and all of these theme teams are really good. He's played for his fair share of NFL teams, and it just happens that majority of the teams he's played for all have a really good theme team in Madden 25. And for that reason, I do have Dion coming in at number 1. Now, taking a look at the limited times, we'll take a look at Dion's LTD when it does go live in the game, because I feel like that's probably the best way to do it later today. But we'll take a look at Andrew Luck, the captain, 91 overall, the best quarterback in the game. He is just better than his champion, but not by that much, but by a decent amount to actually make it noticeable. 1 speed faster, better accuracies, better throw power. It's the best quarterback in the game. His abilities and X factors also are cheaper, so, you know, this is QB1. Is he the best limited time in the game right now? I think so. You could make the argument for Micah Parsons, but I think, you know, a quarterback being the best player in the entire game is probably going to make the most sense. Now, taking a look at the other LTDs, Wildman, I am no longer a Wildman hater, but I still don't think his limited time is worth 1 million or like 800K to begin with. So if you want this card, go pick up his champion. Obviously, that zone coverage is not nearly as good, but it is better bang for your buck. And the last limited time we got to talk about today, Reggie White, Minister of Defense, for 900,000 coins. He's half the price of Micah Parsons. But honestly, to be 100% honest with you guys, I would rather go pick up Legend Dwight Freeney for that extra speed. Dwight Freeney having 89 speed makes absolutely no sense. Fellas, that is everything we got this morning. I gotta go figure out why it feels like a literal sauna in my room, but until that, and you know, 1:30 p.m. Eastern time when AKA's the content schedule and some most feared stuff does go live. I'll catch you guys later. I love you guys. Peace. Have a good one.